Good morning. We are sailing into Coron. We're still a few hours away from docking time. It is a little after 8 a.m. and I've just gotten up and I'm gonna head out to get some breakfast at the local. I didn't eat dinner last night really, so I want to get some coffee and just get my day started. So we are in Coron today in the Philippines, but I do not have a shore excursion booked, so I am just deciding what I want to do. One of the amazing crew gave me a list of suggestions, and I think the intention is to actually try and do all of these today, but because I don't have anything booked, it's going to be a situation where I just walk off the ship and see if I can find someone to take me around and do all of these things. So we will see what happens. I mean, you can't get better than getting recommendations from locals, and because so many of the crew are Filipino, they have the best knowledge about all of these ports that we're stopping at in the Philippines. So if you're new here, by the way, welcome to my channel. I am Meredith and this is Mer Cruises Solo, and I do cruise solo all over the world, and I am currently on day, goodness, I think it's day 6 of a 14-day cruise that started in Taiwan and ends in Singapore. And if you haven't already watched the other videos from this cruise, go back and check those out. This will be a full playlist, a series of all those videos, and I will have them all on my channel as a collected playlist if you want to go back and watch them in order. Time to head out for some breakfast and coffee and wake up and get this day started. Here we are getting close to arriving in Coron. You can see all the little islands. There is a really loud little boat over there that's making a lot of noise, so hopefully you can hear me. But the landscape here just looks amazing. It was such an awesome view this morning as we were sailing in, and I had a window table at the local for breakfast, and it was really cool to see all the landscape passing us by right outside the window. So we are very, very slowly sailing in, and you can see how lush and green it is with all the rocks underneath. But I did hear that the port is industrial and commercialized, so you will have to go outside of the port to find, you know, activities and things like that. It's a beautiful landscape though. I am dressed and ready to go for the day. I'm gonna go meet Ben from Travel with Ben, who is another YouTuber that is on this cruise, so go check out his videos to see his perspective on some of these same ports and doing different excursions and things like that. But I think we're gonna meet up and see if there's anything that we want to do together today. I am so excited. It's so nice and warm outside. I am having a little bit of anxiety about not booking a shore excursion, but it's too late now because the shore excursion desk is closed. It closed at 9:30, so if you wanted to book a last minute excursion, you really have to get in there about 30 minutes before we actually dock, or they will close. So we'll see how this day goes. I'm excited because it looks like it's going to be a beautiful place, but I am anxious about there not being something easily accessible to do as soon as we get off the ship, so we will see. we have the live music being played still right out front on the ship. Oh, I didn't realize that they're little kids. It's adorable. Madness, madness, madness. We are going snorkeling.
Ready to go.
What an adventure. We're going out snorkeling first, and then to a beach, and then I don't remember where the last stop was. So 3 stops. We'll update you along the way as things go. Check out how clear the water is. Oh, it looks amazing. I'd say this is definitely one of the sketchiest things I've ever done, but also definitely the coolest. So worth it. So far, worth it. Genuinely one of the coolest things I have ever done. Snorkeling off the coast of Coron Island in the Philippines. Incredible. As you can see, the fish are everywhere. The coral is incredible. There's so many different colors of fish. I was hoping we'd be able to see some turtles, but there are a lot of people around here. A lot of people came out here to do the same thing today. Absolutely amazing. This is going to be such a cool video. I can't wait for you to see this. I can't wait for me to rewatch all this footage. It's absolutely gorgeous. Perfection. So glad I chose to do this.
our boat. I have a tiny little cut on my foot where I accidentally scraped it on a coral, I think. Hopefully it's fine. Alright, back to the boat we go. Alright, at our second snorkeling spot now. The first one was amazing though. It's gonna be hard to top. All those fish swimming at the end. Incredible. A fish just tried to bite me. It nibbled my leg. Back to our boat. Souvenir from my snorkel. My fish bite. I guess we got here early. It's one of the first ones because now it's actually starting to get a little bit crowded, so you can see all the bikes behind us. So this is a popular spot. I'm glad we came here first, and now we are going to beach. Great start to the day so far. We just got an apple beer from the little stand over there. They have all kinds of food options too, but it's a little bit crazy in there right now, so this is as much as I was gonna manage at the moment. I'm just relaxing out here on the beach. Got my Kindle, just enjoying this incredible view. There's a lot of locals here just swimming and enjoying the water and relaxing, and quite a few people from the cruise ship, but it's not overly crowded. And it's the sun is not directly out, so it's really not too hot. The temperature is perfect. And this is bliss. This is so relaxing. And the view directly across from me is unreal. So I so far could not be happier with the choice of excursion today. This was awesome. Glad I chose to do this. We've been here at Cabo Beach for probably an hour. Laid on the beach for a while, got in the water, walked around, and I think we're gonna head on to the next stop, which is the hot springs. Ben, what are your thoughts on the day so far?
Had a great time at the beach here, probably about an hour like you say, just relaxing, had a little swim. Everybody's super friendly, and it's time to move on.
Yeah, awesome day so far.
Yep.
Heading in the back this time. New cruise ship port right here. All right, we we just have arrived at the hot springs. It's 300 pesos per person entry fee, so you pay that at the door. And then they give you a little receipt. It's very cute in here. First cat sighting on camera. This is nice. This is beautiful. Clear, still water. I haven't put my feet in yet to feel the temperature, but it is a hot spring, so it'll probably be warm, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous here. Glad we came here. So there are several pools here. All of them are very hot, hot tub hot. This one I'm in right now, the big one, is I think 40 degrees Celsius, and then, or 39 degrees Celsius, and then there's one that's 40, one that's 41. So this is the coolest of the three, and it is not cold at all. It's very, very hot, like hot tub hot. But it feels really nice. Very warm, very cozy. All right, we are officially heading back to our motorcycle thing. Our guide. Hot Springs was amazing, very hot. There's not a cold pool anywhere, so you do have to just choose which hot tub pool you want to get in. But I feel very refreshed. It's a little after 3 o'clock, and we're gonna head back to the ship, I think, because neither of us have eaten, and I ate breakfast like 8 a.m. this morning, so it's been like 7 hours since I had breakfast, so it is time for me to eat. Just arrived back to the ship.
Incredible.
Right through there. So we're gonna go back inside now. Get back on board. More snacks have arrived to my cabin. Oh, there's the horn. Off we go from Coron, just now sailing away. And I'm up here at the beer garden, which is such a cool venue. And it looks down right over the pool deck here, which is all lit up and glowing for the evening. Beautiful, love this ship. Good evening. We have long since sailed away from Coron today, and I am going to do a whole recap of the port at some point, hopefully this evening, because I want to get Ben's thoughts as well since we did this excursion together. I am going to go get a drink at the Magnum Champagne Bar, listen to some live music, and then go get dinner. All I had earlier was a small snack at the local. I had a Caesar salad with chicken, which I totally forgot to film. I will take you with me and show you what I get up to around the ship this evening. Alright, so time to recap from the day in Coron. Yeah.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
It's going in my blooper reel.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Literally a second in. Sorry.
Alright, so to recap from our day in Coron, wanted to give like a little bit of an overview and more details just in summary of our experience and the excursion that we chose to do. When we first got outside the port, I was hoping that we'd be able to find someone to take us to some of the recommended spots from the crew on board, but it turns out that those require a boat
and it's more of island hopping, and all of the tour operators that were right outside of the port area were on motorbikes. Like, I don't know if they're really tuk-tuks, but they're kind of like that. Once we figured that out and got through like the stress of the madness of how many people were milling around and so many like of those vehicles and just not clear on what was happening. Once we got past all of that and we finally realized, okay, we have the choice to do this different excursion that goes to a beach, snorkeling place, and hot springs, we're like, all right, let's just do that. So we negotiated with our driver. He kind of said, how much do you want to pay for this? And I threw out a number of $40, 40 US dollars. He said 50. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I just said yes.
Plus, it was a good price.
Yeah, and that was 50 for all in.
Yeah.
So it's 50 US dollars for us total. Yeah. So 25 each. And I did ask him, I said, is this all in everything? You take us where we want to go. You bring us back to the port at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And he said yes.
We won't be paying any more.
Yep.
And he said yes.
We shook on it. It was good to go. The guide was great. His name was Mac. He was fantastic. He waited for us at each of the stops as long as we wanted to stay. The only thing that we weren't aware of going into it is that there was a cover charge and like an entrance fee for all 3 of the stops,
everywhere,
which ultimately ended up costing around 30 US dollars additional.
Yep. And it's very lucky we had
pesos.
Had cash.
We had Filipino pesos, but if you didn't, I'm not really sure what you would do.
I assume he would have just added the price on at the end.
And then he'd cover it.
Yeah, I guess so.
So just keep that in mind. Like, I had heard this before I went on this cruise. You do need local currency
Definitely
in cash. I definitely recommend it. So fortunately, we both had some local currency. We were able to pay the entrance fees. So all in, $80, so 40 each. I still think it was a fantastic price for everything we got.
Yep.
We got I feel like more of an authentic experience. Compared to an organized shore excursion through Norwegian.
Yeah, get on a bus, go there, get back on the bus, go somewhere else.
And we got to really see the people, the way that they live, the countryside, the back roads, like you see in the videos that I showed, right? Dirt roads, and the living conditions are, without question, the poorest I've ever seen. And I've been to a lot of Caribbean countries that are very much underdeveloped. To me, this is the most extreme living conditions I've ever seen. There's no running water, there's no paved roads, there's very few vehicles, almost no vehicles.
I think we saw 2 cars the whole day. Like, with so many motorbikes and like the tricycles that we were on, like no cars.
No electricity, I mean, it's just very, very minimal.
Yeah.
But everyone was so friendly and kind and happy. Everyone we came across was I did not feel as unsafe as you would think. I mean, we were pretty far away from the ship.
Yeah, it felt like we were in like the jungle and like the mountains.
For a moment there, I was like, are we really going to these destinations?
Yeah.
It was quite an experience. And I will say, like, I was this close to going back to the ship today because of the madness right outside the port area, and I'm so glad that we went through with it.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. It's not my vibe. Like, I just get really anxious in those situations, but I'm so glad that we followed through and
me too.
Found the guide went ahead and did it. Because by far now I would say this has been one of my favorite port experiences, definitely on this trip. I'd love to come back here and see even more of the island because what we did get to see was beautiful.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm so glad that we got there in the end and we found a good one. We found a good tour. We found a good tour guide because it's craziness. Like, I can't even explain. Like, I hope from the video you can actually see what it was like. There was, like, you couldn't even see the street. There was like cars and there was vans and there was like the tricycles. There was people everywhere. There were so many tour guides. So I'm glad that we found a good one, and I'm glad that we did that. As soon as we got out of that area, like, it was fine. Going down some dirt roads. And
you're going down these dirt roads, and all of a sudden you turn off, and you're in like a really, really tiny village.
No street signs, like
nothing.
Suddenly
you come out into this like oasis, and you'd never know to go there.
Yeah.
You need a guide. I don't recommend doing it on your own.
Yeah.
It was such a great experience.
Yeah.
I think this to me is what travel is all about.
Yeah, I think it was so authentic.
Yeah.
Like, we saw real people living their real lives, and I feel like we saw places that you wouldn't know unless you had a guide.
You'd never know existed.
You would never know it was there. We would literally turn into, I guess it's a village, like we turn into this village and it's like,
no signs.
Why are we going down here? And then you'd literally see in the distance like the beach open up. It's like, oh my gosh, like,
so cool.
These people live in terrible conditions. They don't even have a house, they don't have roads, and then they literally have paradise like on their doorstep. Like, it was definitely an eye-opening experience that I'm so glad that we got to do today. Like, so glad. We was out for about 5 hours.
Yeah, about 5 hours, maybe from 11 a.m. to about 4 p.m. We didn't do any food in the port. We got a couple of local beers. Those were really good.
Yeah.
And very inexpensive. I think 100 pesos was the most we paid for one local beer.
Yeah,
And
it's like $1.50.
which is about $1.50.
Yeah,
So
and there was food
expensive.
available there, but we chose not to just because we wanted to keep moving. So you can stop and get food if you want.
The other thing I'll say is the bathroom conditions. I don't know if I've mentioned this in any other videos, and it's not as big of a deal for you as it is for me, but they don't provide toilet paper in almost any public restrooms that I've experienced in all the Philippines. This is the same in yesterday's port, so if you're a lady,
it was just a
bring
shed.
tissues with you for one thing, and just be prepared. The conditions are not what you get back home.
It was literally just a shed on the beach, so don't expect too much, but overall turned out amazingly. So glad that we did it, and definitely my favorite port so far. I would 100% come back here, and like Mer says, like there's so much more to see, with the island hopping and like so many different things to see. So without a doubt, I would definitely like to see Coron again.
So I think that wraps up today. It's been a long one. We're both a little bit sunburned. From the snorkeling.
A lot. Snorkeling is what did it. But that was incredible. Like the water was crystal clear. We had a good captain. He showed us like the hot spots.
So many fish. So much cool stuff. Like the water was really clear, and it was beautiful.
It was.
If you're new to my channel, hit that like button and subscribe. If you're interested in cruising content, I have lots more solo trips planned in the future. And of course, Ben from Travel with Ben, he does more than just cruising. He does land travel and other types of travel as well, so give him a follow. That's it for us. So we'll see you tomorrow's video. Thanks so much for watching, and happy cruising.